This is the Uptick Newswire Stock Day podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews, public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world, with your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, we have a returning guest. He is a very, very hard gentleman to get a hold of. It's been probably 9 to 12 months since he's been on the show. We're talking about Digipath, Inc. and what they do. They're an independent cannabis testing and media firm that supports the cannabis industry's best practices for reliable testing and delivers cannabis news coverage and education about the cannabis industry. And we're talking no other than the Chief Operating Officer, Todd Denkin, which they trade on the OTCQB, ticker symbol DIGP. Todd, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Give my listeners a little bit of update. Like I said, it's been 9 to 12 months since you've been on the show, what you guys are all about and what you've been up to.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'd love to, and thanks for that. So Digipath Labs, like you said, we are all about really creating the best practices for testing cannabis, educating folks, and also data acquisition. We are in the cannabis space. Our main lab is in Las Vegas, Nevada. We've been open here just about 2.5 years, and as everyone may or may not know, Nevada recreational marijuana just went into effect July 1st, which is also very exciting for us. So we are cruising along in a very exciting market. We are looking to open labs in other areas outside of Nevada. We're looking at California and Florida and Oregon and Washington and New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and some of the other states that are coming on board. We are aggressively pursuing mergers and acquisitions, and we are looking to take what we've built here in Las Vegas and duplicate it around the country.
Recently you guys just received your recreational testing license, and then you just renewed your medical testing license. Can you bring us up to date on either one of those?
Yeah, of course. That is true. We did renew our medical marijuana testing license. We're very happy about that. We were actually the third medical marijuana establishment to open in all of Nevada a few short years ago.
Wow.
And, each year gets better and better. We get busier and busier, and the market is growing, ever so strongly now. And as you mentioned, on July 1st, we also were awarded our recreational testing license. It's interesting that there's two separate licenses to test marijuana. You need one for medical and you need one for also recreational. So do the growers and the producers of the products. They have to determine whether they're growing medical or producing medical or recreational. So the same goes for labs as well, and we are now licensed to do both. We anticipate a huge increase in market share as more and more growers come on board to satisfy the giant recreational market that will be Nevada shortly.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to congratulate you. You guys had like 6 consecutive sequential growth in revenues and quarter-wise. The first 9 months of 2017 are your first 3 quarters. You guys did $1.296 million. My question to you is, what gives? How did you make your money, and how do you see that going forward?
Well, Las Vegas has become, and all of Nevada, should I say, because we do have customers outside of Vegas in the Pahrump area, up in the Reno area as well. So we really have expanded throughout the entire state. But, this is going to be a huge market. The market here in Nevada, 42 million people come to Nevada every single year already, not to mention the folks that are going to come here just because there's legal marijuana here, right? So we really we reach out to everybody, not only in the grow industry, but also everybody in the industry. We talk to the dispensary owners, the producers of all the products, the cultivators, all of these folks. And, we really establish relationships with these folks, and we really have the best customer service in the business. And that's why I do believe that we have a large market share here in Nevada, because not only do we have the best customer service around, but we also deliver the fastest turnaround time, and that's important when you're trying to get your products onto the shelf. We built a lab here that also has the highest capacity of any other lab in Nevada, so if you have lots of samples, not to worry, we can handle it here at our lab. And then, of course, we're really all about the science, because if you add the three words Dr. Cindy Orser, this is the one thing that sets us apart from all of our other competitors here in Nevada, is Cindy Orser. She is a PhD in plant genetics and microbiology. She's authored over 40 published papers and has 18 patents. And she's really embraced cannabis and cannabis analysis. And quite frankly, together with the rest of our very talented scientific staff, we are really developing a new landscape for cannabis testing. And we always like to say, we're not your daddy's testing lab, because beyond all of the state mandated testing that we do, we also have other services that our customers enjoy, like we do site surveys to make sure that you're in a clean facility. We do lots of R&D. We do product development. We'll also even tell you what sex your plant is, so you don't have to wait the 3 weeks to see which sex it turns into. We also offer and encourage all of our customers to get DNA testing to ensure the integrity of all their cultivars or all their strains. And we believe that over time this will be a mandatory test, proving that this blue dream is really a blue dream, what you say it is. And another thing is that we're also very data driven. Using the data we've been collecting over the last couple of years, we took 2,500 samples, and we have 33 different data points that we analyze. And we had, like I said, 2,500 analyzed. And from those analyzed samples, we found similar strains. We found ones that are quite unique. And then we took those and we sequenced them. And we're creating a phylogenetic tree based on the DNA sequencing and the chemo profile of all the strains done in Nevada. So when I say we're not your daddy's lab, and you ask me how we're succeeding and how we're doing what we're doing, is because we go above and beyond, what is currently expected of a cannabis testing lab. And we believe that over time, the analysis that we do and the R&D that we do will unlock some secrets of the cannabis plant, and we also have a huge commitment to always expand and embrace the newest technologies and methods, and that's what makes us stand out from the other labs and why we've been able to be successful.
I want to ask you a question. How does the passage of legalized recreational use affect the cannabis industry, specifically Digipath? Was that a good thing for July 1st, or was that a bad thing for you guys?
Oh, no, it was a great thing. Like I was talking about earlier, from a patient standpoint, Nevada had 28,000 patients in all of Nevada, right? So we just went from 28,000 possible customers to over 42 million possible customers. Now, all of those 42 million people who visit Nevada will not purchase marijuana, but 4 million people a month are coming here, and there is going to be some percentage of them that are going to purchase marijuana products or will have a demand for marijuana products. Plus, there's over 2 million people who live in Las Vegas who are over the age of 21. Now, again, all of them won't be purchasing, but now that means that we have a $4 to $5 million possible customers per month coming through our city. Well, this creates a bit of a problem because there's only 47 dispensaries here. There's only 80 licensed growers. There's only 40 licensed producers of products, and all of those folks are going to run out. The good news for us as a testing lab is that nothing can be sold into the marketplace until it's tested. So this increases the volume that will be grown by not only the medical producers, but about 90% of them got recreational licenses. So they're all expanding in their own right. They're all building better, stronger, faster facilities. And what does that do for us? Well, it's more weight that is grown from the cultivators.
Absolutely.
Well, every 5 pounds of flower has to be tested. So, like I said, every product before it goes on the shelves has to be tested. And with all of this volume, based on the sheer numbers of the people who live here and the people who will come here, Vegas is going to be one of the biggest cannabis markets in the country.
I do believe that. Just quickly for my listeners, what does the price cost for you guys to test any marijuana? Can you give us a price point?
Yeah, we can give you the price points, and we do everything from a la carte testing, starting at, as low as $50. And then, we have group testing for all of the safety tests that go up to about $500. And then all of that gets discounted based on volume.
My guest today is Todd Denkin. He is the Chief Operating Officer of Digipath, Inc. They trade on the OTCQB, ticker symbol DIGP. We got a couple minutes left here, and I want to go over your market cap and your stock price. When it's all said and done, after 12 months, you guys will probably do roughly around 1.7 million in revenue, which is only about 3 times your market cap. It seems like you guys' market cap is very undervalued along with your stock price.
I would agree with both of those statements. We are very undervalued, and we have a very low stock price. What does that mean? That means that it's a good time to purchase, right? That's when the best time is to purchase. But I do agree with you. We're not a typical marijuana play. Lots of the companies out there don't have any products, don't really do any business. There's lots that do, right? There's lots of the companies that do, but there are lots that don't.
Absolutely.
And we are really counting on revenue. We're counting on acquisition power. We're counting on really building a sound business, right? And duplicating our sound business, right? So it's a good time to be a Digipath investor, in my opinion, because like you said, we're completely undervalued. Our stock price is very low when you compare it to other similar businesses that are out there on the market, and I think people just don't know about us quite yet. There's some folks that have been following us for the whole time. We have some investors that have been around since the very beginning, and you know what? We're slow and steady, and that to me is long-term growth.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, Todd. It's been a while since you have been on there. I wish you nothing but continued success. Hopefully you'll come back in the next 2 or 3 months and give us an update.
Absolutely. I would love to.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are those of the guests and those of the respective companies they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Uptick Newswire. Uptick Newswire encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of this program may have paid for its distribution and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Newswire or this station.